Dedication was the norm at the Federal Medical Center Kefi throughout the 8 years of stewardship of the Medical Director and Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Yahya Baba Adamu, a consultant cardiothoracic surgeon of international repute. The medical facility serves Nasarawa State, its host, the FCT, and the neighboring states of Kogi, Plateau, Kaduna, and Benue states. The center was established in the year 2000 by the administration of President Olusegun Obasanjo in order to bring specialist care closer to people and reduce the strain on teaching hospitals which were overstretched. Has had 4 medical directors: Dr. Danjuma Sule, Dr. Bawa Ahmed Abimuku, Dr. Joshua Gian Ndom, and the present one at the helm of affairs. His predecessors had contributed immensely to the growth and development of the tertiary health institution, even though there were some clinical areas that lacked manpower and facility. On assumption of duty, Dr. Yahya Baba Adamu realized that the center didn't have enough trained manpower. He set the ball rolling for upgrade of facilities and enhancement of clinical services so that the hospital could be at par with the best in the country.
When I resumed here, major departments like surgery department, medicine department, pediatrics department, and radiology, and amongst many others of them, had very limited number of specialties and doctors were not able to come in because they don't have capacity or approval, what we call accreditation, to train them. So we had to start by number 1, improving the health manpower requirement of those departments. And we also had to work on some of the equipments and infrastructural needs of some of those departments.
This gave birth to accreditation by National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria and the West African College of Surgeons for the Healthcare Hub to carry out residency training in different specialties such as family medicine, family dentistry, obstetric and gynecology, orthopedic, pathology, anesthesia, among others.
They had accreditation for membership training, postgraduate training of medical doctors, which is fellowship. Today, what is the picture in medicine? Medicine department today has full accreditation for training in internal medicine. We have also accreditation for subspecialties such as cardiology, nephrology, gastroenterology, dermatology, among others. Even teaching hospitals, very few teaching hospitals have up to this, let alone exceeding it. So, yes, we have done this much as far as service is concerned. When you come into, for example, radiology, they didn't have any accreditation. Today, they have accreditation and have training. There was no any form of accreditation in anesthesia. Anesthesia is not accredited and they are trained. Laboratory medicine was having the same problem. Today, they have gotten some partial accreditation and they have started training. So this is the pattern that we inherited, and this is the stage we are today.
Besides the retention of medical personnel, the Chief Executive Officer built a medical complex that houses ophthalmology, physiotherapy, dental and ENT departments, laboratory complex for diagnosis as well as safety, accuracy and regulations, VIP amenity ward, intensive care unit, rehabilitation of wards, among others. The good thing is that they were not mere structures, rather they were equipped with the state-of-art facilities and equipment.
Just before the end of last year, we commissioned our multi-specialty center. And it was all intentional. As I talk today, ophthalmology is properly housed. Ear, nose, and throat, that's otorhinolaryngology, is properly housed. We have just initiated the process of their getting accredited. I may not be able to complete it, but at least we have initiated the process. So hopefully they too will start training. For the first time in this last internship recruitment, we have succeeded in getting accreditation for internship in physiotherapy, because physiotherapy had no accommodation in the hospital too. When I resumed in this hospital in 2018, physiotherapy was in one room and parlor department. That was a department housing the HOD, housing their clinic, housing their treatment, and everything, room and parlor. But before we finally moved them to where they are, we made sure, because when the hospital becomes fully electronic in the medical record, we had to cancel the physical records. So we moved all the files that were in that area, and then we converted the space adjoining to physiotherapy and made it a temporary extension of physiotherapy before they finally moved into the new building. So for the first time, now that they are fully accommodated, we're able to give them interns.
Welfare is one of the areas that endeared Dr. Yahaya to the staff. He made sure they were motivated through training and retraining, promotion on regular basis, proper placement, enjoyment of retirement benefit, among others.
His relationship with staff has been cordial. At least I know his office is always open to staff. Each time I'm there, I see staff coming in freely to relate with him on issues that relate to the hospital generally and all of that. And I know he gives listening ears as much as possible. And
he recounted lots of achievements in 8 years of his stewardship, such as the separation of conjoined twins, a feat that drew goodwill from Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule.
Intensive care unit must have ventilators, must have full-fledged monitors, must have capacity to monitor your blood gas analysis and all that, which were non-existent. We started by acquiring about 4 ventilators and got monitors to go along with it, and that was in the old ICU before we got a bigger ICU, which is now 10 bedded. So when we started in that 4 ICU, already it took us to a different level, because there were certain operations that we would never have thought of trying it in FMC case at that time. That gave birth to our ability to do our very first separation of conjoined twins in this hospital.
That's baby Hassana. She has actually progressed better than Husseina. For her,
She was behind at the beginning.
at the beginning she was lagging behind, but she overtook her sister and she has done very well. We're just waiting for what we have in her sister to subside so that 2 of them will move together to the amenity ward where they have been staying all this while.
So in the course of trying to really understand the risk factors involved in issue of separation of conjoined twins, there are so many things involved in it. Apart from the financial implication, apart from the manpower, apart from the emotional aspect of it, because there are also some possibility that the twins two of them may not make it. There are also possibility that one of them could make it. And the best of them all has been that two of them made it.
It was a big team of over 65 specialists working together. Everyone in the team knew exactly his role and where he was coming in, and it was very nicely choreographed in such a way that everybody knew what to do at what time, and everything went smoothly. So after 9 hours of surgery, we came out of surgery. It was a successful surgery, and the post-op recovery was remarkable. As it stands now, I see them leaving before the end of the week.
When I first heard about these children, and I know the kind of struggle that they will be going through being conjoined, I was actually feeling very sorry for them. So when I came and I was told the amount needed in order to complement all the efforts made by several other people, so I felt it was something that I could do. So I thank Almighty Allah for even giving me the opportunity to be able to participate and be part of it.
This briefing on the milestone events by the Federal Ministry of Health is in relation to the successful separation of conjoined twins by the Federal Medical Center, KEF, Nasarawa State. Separation of conjoined twins was a phenomenon that we were used to hearing take place mostly in medical practice of the first world countries. But here we are today also announcing an operation carried out by 100%, I repeat, 100% indigenous medical.
Thank you very much. I can assure you from the onset to the last bit of our speech, there was no single moment of scare, and there was no complication that was noticed throughout the time of this operation.
I thank everybody that was involved in the separation of my conjoined twins. May God bless you all.
Other achievements include open-heart surgeries performed on 18 children.
The team that came from Saudi Arabia. They did the first set of surgery, which were all successful. And the essence is they will work with our team. It's like every team, all these groups I have mentioned, the ones that come from abroad will have their equivalent in Nigeria in this hospital who will pair with them and work together so that skills will be transferred. We have another set of team from US and India. They have been collaborating and working with us in this second phase, which we have already started.
So this is our interest. This is our dedication, these patients. We're doing this for Nigerian children because that's our passion.
We need more of such collaborations so that the state government can come in, and also spirited individuals in the country. We can set up foundations for this kind of a thing and make money available on a yearly basis so that and these guys can come in, transfer technology, transfer skills to our people.
Acquisition of Elixir high-tech water production device that generates water from the atmosphere, the first of its kind in West Africa. Dr. Isiaq Adela Kunsalako praises the efforts of the management of the medical center for the acquisition.
But the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, continues to move steadily and surely in the direction of universal health coverage for all Nigerians.
We pray that you continue to support us, particularly the Federal Medical Center, KEF, because of its proximity to the FCT. It becomes a very, very important facility.
We have to start thanking the president for making the minister to support FMC to do all these projects.
It was not just a smooth riding for the cardiothoracic surgeon. He encountered challenges that related to sabotage, but he was able to surmount them.
We discovered that people were happy to see that maybe the services don't run, so that they will be able to feed their own private practice right there in town. The more we are not functional, the happier they are because they better their own service. But thank God, with the cooperation of the management and the well-meaning staff of the FCK, we were able to work. We were able to enter some memorandum of understanding with some of our suppliers, so that they are able to not just supply, but partner with us in maintenance and provision of consumables, so that at all points there is always something to work with.
Complaints on the services at the tertiary health hospitals during the reign of the CEO were few and far between, as the hospital has had good relationships with the patients. That has been validated by the Health Information and Protocols Unit, Esther Baturi.
So we have a way of interfacing with patients and whoever they are offended with, so we can have an opportunity to see how we can manage whatever crisis that comes up. And then, to the best of my ability, the MD has actually done his best, the best that he can, to make sure that crisis, litigations, and all those things are avoided to the best of our ability.
His sterling performance as an administrator, which transformed the medical facility to one of the finest in the country, would not have been realistic without the support of the management and staff of the center.
Payments of various payments that have been made, even capital, the personnel and overhead, and the revenue. We know that revenue has increased due to the number of services that have also increased and improved within the hospital.
From what you can see, when you were coming up, you didn't meet any traffic. If it were before, you would have met a lot of traffic. That's patients hanging around, waiting for results, trying to shout, but now those things have been drastically reduced.
He's building a complex for us there, where we are going to have a new CT machine and a new MRI machine with a fluoroscopy, which we never had before. And very soon they will soon be around. And he also gave us 1 or 2 new ultrasound machines, which have served us tremendously. I think, above all, I would say he has tried his best for the department.
My MD is a very active person, very active. Whatever he wants to do, he will pursue it to a conclusive end.
With over 160 consultants, Dr. Yahaya Baba Adamu sensed there was need for acquisition of permanent site for the hospital. That has been achieved through the generosity of Nasarawa State Government, which allocated land to the Medical Hope along Kefi Abuja Road.
When I resumed it, one of the major challenges I was faced was the complaint of inadequate space. And I tried to find out. They said they've been trying to get a space to buy and all that, they couldn't get it and so on. And I felt it's not everything you use money to get. So there will be a need to reach out to the state government. And we went to the governor there, the distinguished Senator Tanko Almakura. And he promised that he fulfilled it within a few months. We got about 24 hectares of land for our permanent site.
Kefi, being a gateway to the FCT from northeastern and southeastern parts of the country, makes the center an emergency treatment facility for accident victims. That prompted the CEO to start the construction of trauma center in the new site.
We do hope that if monies are released, we will fully fence that place, start our trauma center and the staff quarters, because those ones are already captured in the budget. The budget 2025 has been rolled to 2026, so we hope that if and when eventually monies are being released for 2026, whoever takes over will be able to commence that project.
Patients acknowledged the physical, digital and clinical transformation in the hospital.
The service rendered by the hospital, the service is good because they have different specialities in the hospital.
I am pleased with the way they attended to her at the point we came in, because she was already on pain. So they attended to her, they swift into action immediately and rescued the baby.
They are trying, they are doing their best. At least when you bring a child to the hospital, the way they receive the child, they treat them, nurture them like theirs.
Dr. Adamu humbly says he has set a good template which his successors should follow.
The issue of bed space has was noted, but the solution to it was not immediately possible at that time, because the priority of government was to complete ongoing projects instead of initiating new ones. We thank God we were able to quickly complete the ones that were existing and put them into proper use. However, once we now started building the bed ward extension, which is a 112 or so bed extension that we started, and that ward today is almost 80 to 90% concluded.
Indeed, the 25 years of existence of one of the premier health centers in the country, the last 8 years of Dr. Yahaya Baba Adamu were the most remarkable in terms of organization, motivation, innovation, transformation, dedication and cooperation. As a mere mortal, the consultant cardiothoracic surgeon may have his faults. However, as Medical Director and Chief Executive Officer, Federal Medical Center KEFI, he has written his name in gold.